All right, it is October 27th. It is 11 o'clock. I'm going to go on at least a 24-hour fast today to commemorate an anniversary of mine. Back on October 27th, 2010, I returned back to the dating scene after a bad experience. In 2010, in the spring of 2010, I had a girlfriend who was taking advantage of me, and I lost half of my life savings, and I became desperately ill because I wasn't eating right when I was dating her because I was spending all my money on her. I was eating a lot of roadkill, a lot of fish out of Lake Ontario. I wasn't eating right. And I almost dropped out of school as a result. Then I broke up with her, and I thought life was over because I didn't know life existed outside of a relationship, right? You got to understand, as a PhD candidate, I was working with a lot of people who were happily married or at least in a committed relationship. I was a teaching assistant for a class of kids who were experimenting with themselves, right? And so everybody seemed to be dating somebody else, and I didn't realize that one could do anything without a date, right? How do you go to a movie without a date? How do you go to a vacation without a date, right? And so I finally had to break up with her in June of 2010, and then on June 13th, 2010, I discovered that one can do all those things without the girl. Right? I talked about this. I went on a fast on June 13th as well because that was an important anniversary. And then I swore off dating. And so I went 4 months, and then on October 27th, I returned to the dating scene. And so this is the anniversary. So it turned out the date I went on October 27th was a flop, but it made me realize that life could go both ways, right? So it's also an important anniversary for me. Didn't get taken advantage of, but it wasn't the right match, but I returned to the scene.